Start your day in a healthy way this Sunday morning at 10 on Living Well with Robin Stoloff. Learn how olive oil may help protect your brain, how to stay safe during summer storms, and flying healthy, what to know before your next flight. Plus, a powerful personal story inspiring all of us to help kids in foster care. And a free 2-day surf camp in Brigantine for veterans coming up soon. Get your dose of wellness on Living Well with Robin Stoloff this Sunday morning at 10, powered in part by AtlantiCare and the ACUA. Good morning and welcome to Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. It is vacation season, and if you're planning to take a trip on a plane, you know how hard a long flight can be on your body. Here are some ways to make your flying experience a little easier. Pack your bags in advance so you can get plenty of sleep the night before your flight and give yourself enough time to get to the airport. Be sure to eat before you leave and pack some snacks or sandwiches for the flight. Not all flights serve meals, and when they do, we know they're small and not very tasty. While we can't bring beverages through security, we can bring an empty water bottle or thermos. You can fill it at the airport and it will stay cold throughout your flight. I learned this next one the hard way. Instead of lugging a heavy carry-on bag on one shoulder, use a backpack, or better yet, get a small carry-on with retractable wheels. This will help reduce back and shoulder pain, the last thing we need before cramming ourselves into an airplane seat. Finally, get an aisle seat so you can get up easily and walk around the plane. This is good for your circulation and helps reduce stiffness. Just a few tips to make your next flight a healthier one. Lots more coming up today on Living Well with Robin Stoloff on Light 96.9. Listen to this. A new study says consuming about half a tablespoon of olive oil each day could help reduce our risk of dying from dementia. This comes as Alzheimer's disease and related dementias are on the rise around the world. The Harvard study followed about 90,000 participants over the course of 3 decades. Olive oil contains monounsaturated fats and antioxidant compounds that may protect our brain. The study's lead author, Anne-Julie Tessier, says, quote, opting for olive oil, a natural product instead of fat such as margarine and commercial mayonnaise, is a safe choice and may reduce the risk of fatal dementia, end quote. So there we have it. Something simple to do and delicious. Add a half a tablespoon of olive oil each day to improve the health of your brain. Living Well on Light 96.9. Powered in part by the ACUA, who invite you to enjoy a free tour of the world's largest wind and solar-powered wastewater facility. No reservations needed. Wednesdays at noon through July and August. Learn more at acua.com/summer tours. Imagine if therapy for veterans didn't start in a clinic, but on a surfboard. That was the vision of Brian Weiner, who founded Brig Vet Surf Camp, an event where veterans and their families come together to ride waves and rediscover strength and connection. It's all happening on July 21st and 22nd on the 16th Street Beach in Brigantine. And of course, it's free of charge to all veterans. And Brian Weiner joins us now. Thanks for being here. You're coming up on your 4th year. You're a surfer, you're a veteran, and you have battled PTSD. So you put this all together to help other veterans. Tell us about Brig Vet Surf Camp.
The event consists of, Robin, we'll start off in the morning with yoga. Of course, we do an introduction. We go into yoga. We discuss nutrition, wellness, breathing. The VA, in fact, has started a new holistic center that's really expressed interest in our surf camp. They're going to come up from Wilmington, Delaware, and spend a couple days with us and implement some of their new programs. I believe that the surfing, the wellness, the nutrition all lends to a good, healthy recovery, as opposed to the traditional paths that the VA have used by medicating those with PTSD, TBI, any kind of service-related injury. So we're really hoping to get the veterans introduced to a new tool, a new way of therapy, a new way to heal yourself. And something that we're very passionate about, and it has succeeded very, very well. And we're super excited to see this take off.
That is fantastic. And if someone would like to volunteer or if a veteran would like to participate, where can they go?
You can just come to the website, brigvetsurfcamp.com, sign up as a member or volunteer or a veteran wanting to participate.
Thanks so much, Brian Weiner, veteran and founder of Brig Vet Surf Camp. Again, it's coming up on July 21st and July 22nd. That's next Monday and Tuesday, and it's all free of charge. Wonderful event for our veterans and their families. You are living well on Light 96.9. When you're not feeling well, it's not always clear where to turn. Should you call your doctor, head to urgent care, or go straight to the ER? Making the right choice can help you get the care you need faster and avoid unnecessary delays or costs. For issues like a sore throat, mild fever, or minor sprains, urgent care centers are a good option. They're designed to treat non-life-threatening issues quickly, often with evening and weekend hours. If you're experiencing chest pain, difficulty breathing, heavy bleeding, or serious injury, it's safest to go directly to the emergency room. These are true medical emergencies, and the ER is equipped to handle them. Now, for routine checkups, vaccinations, and managing chronic conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure, your primary care provider can assist you. They know your health history and can help coordinate any follow-up care or specialists you might need. And if getting to a healthcare facility is a challenge, telehealth can connect you with a provider from the comfort of your home. Especially helpful for common illnesses, medication refills, or follow-up visits. AtlanticCare offers all of these options. Count on them for primary care, telehealth, urgent care, and emergency services. And get the right care in the right place at the right time. To learn more, visit atlanticare.org/getcare. Imagine being a child and being removed from your home and starting over in foster care. It's a frightening scenario, but that's where CASA comes in. It stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates for Children. And here to talk more about that is Brad Zabelski, Outreach and Recruitment Manager for CASA. You have an interesting story that led you to your career with CASA. Tell us about it.
Thanks, Robin. I have worked at CASA for 3 years now, but I've been involved with CASA, and they've been involved in my life for almost 15 years. And that is because my wife and I began fostering, and we fostered 7 children in 9 years, and we did end up adopting 3 of those children for a total of 6 children in our what we call our forever family. And that also includes 2 dogs and a cat, so we rounded out, and that is a very full house. But
You're
we're
quite
lucky.
busy.
We're lucky to have the support of CASA. When my children were in foster care, they had a CASA in a time that was difficult for us and difficult for my children, but we knew we had the CASA to count on, who was always there for the children.
That's incredible. So you had your 3 children and then 3 more children. So that's amazing. So CASA volunteers help children in foster care, making sure that they're doing well and staying in contact with the courts. How does a person become a court-appointed special advocate?
You come to an info session. We have several per month. They're usually at our office in Summers Point. We talk about the role of the CASA and how you can help children in foster care. And then there's training, and it's usually spread over a couple weeks, and then you can get sworn in and assigned a case by the judge. And then you would visit the child at least once or ideally twice per month, and you check on them, and you check in with everybody involved in their life. And then every 3 months, you write a court report that goes directly to the judge, and that helps them make informed decisions on what's best for that child that's living in foster care.
What a great way to give back. And I have spoken to many CASA volunteers, and you know what I hear all the time? They get more out of it than the kids get out of it. That's how meaningful it is.
Yeah, absolutely. It works both ways. It's a great program to be involved with. We do need volunteers, and we invite you to visit our website, CASAACC.org, to learn more.
A beautiful thing to do and wonderful people. Thank you so much for sharing your personal story, Brad Zabelski of CASA. And you are living well with Robin Stoloff on Light 96.9. Thunderstorms may be cool to watch, but when there's thunder, there's lightning, and that can be dangerous. Thunderstorms are most likely to happen in the spring and summer months, especially in the afternoon and evening. While about 40 million lightning strikes hit the ground in the United States each year, there's less than 1 in a million chance of being struck by lightning directly or indirectly. While it's rare, it can still happen, and it can lead to serious injuries. The most dangerous times for a lightning strike are immediately before and immediately after the storm. They extend about 10 miles out from the thundercloud, so if we're able to hear thunder, we're within striking distance. And if you think you're insulated from lightning strikes indoors, think again. 1/3 of all lightning injuries occur indoors. When lightning strikes a house, it can travel through its plumbing, making it unsafe to shower or do dishes during a storm. We've all heard tons of other advice about thunderstorms, such as avoiding a landline phone or seeking shelter in a car if you're outside. We separate fact from fiction and bust some thunderstorm myths at WFPG.com, on the health page of our app, or on our Facebook page. Living Well on Light 96.9. Powered in part by Atlanticare. Not sure where to go when you're feeling sick? Atlanticare can help. For minor issues, head to urgent care. For serious problems, go to the ER. Need a checkup? Your primary care provider is ready. Plus, telehealth lets you see a doctor from home. Visit Atlanticare.org/getcare to get the right care at the right place when you need it. If someone you love has been diagnosed with dementia, your entire world changes. Nothing truly prepares you for the road that lies ahead. Dr. Macy Smith is a gerontologist and best-selling author. In her new book, A Dementia Caregiver Call to Action, The Journey, she offers guidance, support, and help for families navigating this new reality. And she joins us now. What's the first thing you want caregivers to understand about taking care of someone with dementia?
Thank you for covering this important topic. The very first thing that I want caregivers to better understand is that they're not alone. I know it's kind of cliche to say, but really they are not. Nearly 7 million Americans have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease or some form of dementia. With every person that's diagnosed, there is an invisible patient that we oftentimes don't consider, and that is the family caregiver. There are support services out there. There is hope. My book is one of them. Robin, in the book, I made a conscious effort to ensure that I list resources in the back of the book so that family caregivers know who to call, not only who to call, but what to say when they call, and then what to expect as they make that call. And so just to have a sense of hope throughout the process is so vitally important, because when you lose hope, you lose life.
Absolutely. And it is so vital to have that support for families who are navigating this new world. And as a gerontologist, you help these families. Tell us what you do.
I have a geriatric care management practice, and I provide caregiver coaching and family consultation. And that's where I actually work with the family caregivers and other family members and friends who may have a hand in providing care for their loved one with dementia. I help them to identify support services that many people don't even know exist. I develop a plan of care and I execute that plan. I monitor the services for accuracy and efficiency. And through it all, I ensure that they better understand the progression of the disease process and how that affects cognitive functioning.
Again, tell us the name of your book and where people can reach you if they would like to work with you.
The name of my book is A Dementia Caregiver Call to Action, The Journey. It is available everywhere you get your books. My website is drmacysmith.com. I have a YouTube channel, just ask drmacy.com, and I am on all other social media platforms at Dr. Macy P. Smith.
Thank you so much for joining me, Dr. Macy Smith, gerontologist and best-selling author. And that wraps it up for me today. Don't forget to check out my podcast wherever you listen for conversations with expert guests or to hear this program again. Hope you'll join me again next Sunday morning at 10 for Living Well with Robin Stoloff, empowering you to live a healthier life. Until then, keep living well.